Also, everybody, make sure you're grounded. I wear a wireless one about all the time. Of course, a lot of people, they wear these grounding bracelets for electrostatic discharge. It's very easy to short out a phone without even noticing it. So always make sure you're grounded. So after removing the set screws, I'm going to... Now, a lot of people use these suction cups. I don't like that because, personally, I've noticed that it's, much more difficult if you have a broken screen. Of course, after you've done several of these, you'll notice that there's several different ways to do it. I like to do this. I'll stick the spudger or the pry tool up and under the phone and then twist a little bit. Just working your way around. I always start it around the home button on the iPhone 6, any type of 6 really, because you don't have any ribbon cables down that way. You don't want to start up here at the top because the phone focal points at the top. It opens from top to bottom, such as this here. So you'll notice, here's the battery. There's the battery connector terminal. And up here is the ribbon cable connectors for the screen. So anyway, I'm going to show you now. First thing to do, never open the phone further than 90 degrees. Opening it from bottom to top, never more than 90, because you can damage the ribbon cables, and that's bad. So obviously, you got your Phillips. First thing to do is remove the battery terminal shield right here. And you always want to make sure that the phone is off if possible before starting. Now, not always, if a screen is damaged, can you do this. And that's the problem in this case. The phone is actually on, but then you'll notice here that you'll see how the screen is damaged. No touch responding really. So what I'm going to do is remove the terminal shield first. As such, exposing the battery terminal cable. That's this one here. You'll notice it's attached to the battery itself. That's the very first thing on any repair of these iPhones that you want to do is disconnect the battery, because it can always lead to a short out in the phone if not. So anyway, after such, you got the battery disconnected, move on to the shield, the ribbon cable shield for the screen, which is right here. And just start around, taking out each screw. Take your time. You'll notice that long screw at the far side. Make sure that it goes back into that side, because they'll all clasp down. Try to make sure each screw goes back in where you initially got it from, which it's not such a big deal, except this far side to the right and this far side to the left screw. The other ones can be interchangeable. Now keep the shield and the screws together, and using your fingernail or the top of this spudger, go ahead and remove the ribbon cables there. And as you see, I like to use my fingernail, or what I have of one for each, and you'll feel that it's much easier to do. And then after the shield is gone, you can kind of lean the screen back a hair more. You got more play in it. You'll notice that that's what's necessary to remove it. Since we're doing a screen repair on this one, we're going to focus on the screen, obviously. So now I've got it disconnected from the phone itself and the logic board. I'm going to remove the camera and proximity sensor, flashlight cables, and it starts with the shield here. So I go around removing the screws, and again try to make sure that you keep track of them, putting back the screws where they came from. And as you can see, the shield is removed. Now the reason I'm doing my own repair videos is because you can't ever see what the technician is actually doing. So now we're going to remove the rear camera, or no, it's actually the front facing camera there. Notice how it's all connected here. Well, they're exposing the contact points on the speaker, the earpiece. There that is. That's the most important part of that area, at least for that part. Now the earpiece is out, and it's exposing the proximity sensor, flashlight, and such. So now we're going to need a little bit of heat, and I'll show you how that works in one moment.